how did you find the pitch and just, I guess, the first hit out?
Yeah, it was a good day, I think. It was really nice to sort of have the morning off and watch what unfolded in the game before and sort of get an idea of the conditions before we got there. It played a lot differently to the warm-up wicket, obviously, and sort of deteriorated throughout the day. So we were really happy with the score we put on the board after there'd been 40 overs on it.
Yeah, and just in terms of your partnership with Healy, what did you talk about before you went out there, and then how did it actually unfold?
Yeah, we spoke about that. It was probably going to be a pretty good wicket with the new ball early and to sort of take advantage of that, and I thought Elisa did that really well. It was nice being at the other end, just watching her do her thing, and thankfully she hit lots of boundaries so we didn't have to run too much in the heat. But yeah, we just spoke about cashing in because the wicket was actually quite nice with the hard ball early and making the most of that, and fortunately enough it came off for the both of us yesterday, and hopefully that gives us some momentum moving forward as well.
Yeah, what is the relationship like? Like, how do you decide who leads, and do you talk about that beforehand or when you're out there? Can you just sort of describe how that all pans out?
Yeah, not really. I think it's just whatever happens on the day. Some days, I sort of come off and hit a few boundaries early, and other days she does. So I guess it's just adapting to whatever happens on the day, and obviously matchups as well. If there's different bowlers that we prefer facing over the other one, then having that discussion as well. So it's really evolved in the time in having those discussions and making sure that everyone's got their full advantage with whoever they're playing against.
And so can you just give me an example of one of those incidents from yesterday?
To be honest, we don't really talk about it too much when we're out there. Like, it kind of just happens and you sort of roll with it a bit. Midge was obviously batting really well and striking the ball really well, and at one point I hadn't faced a ball in about an over or two, and she walked down and apologised, and I just said, I'm fine up the other end watching this because it means I don't have to do a whole lot. So I think it's just being really transparent with whoever you're batting with and making sure everyone's comfortable out there.
Yeah, and communication wise, what do you talk much? I'm writing a story about,
no,
what
you're
it's like.
fine. Not really. I think Midge and I are quite relaxed personalities. We like to have a bit of a joke out there and sort of joke between balls. So it's just sort of getting the balance right of being serious and having a bit of a laugh as well. So making sure that we're talking about who we're coming up against, what they might do, what the wicket's done for a different bowler, which way the wind's going, if an end's playing a bit better than the other, and what end to sort of cash in on depending on the left-right hand combination that we've got going. So there's always something different to talk about every over.
Yeah, and in terms of last night, so did you sort of say, you just keep going, I'll just be your wingman? Like, do you make those decisions?
Not really, because I think in the power play you have to sort of take some risks early doors, whether you've faced majority of their balls or not really. So we didn't really discuss it, but it's just naturally, I think it happens in T20 cricket. You can't probably both go at once because one person's obviously facing more balls than the other, and it's really hard to sort of hit a first ball you face if you haven't faced one for a couple of overs. So I think it just naturally happens as the game goes on.
And last one, sorry. Are you closer off the field? Like, have you got a tight relationship off the field?
We throw a bit of chat, have a bit of banter. I think this group's in a really good space where we all get on really well, and no one's really left behind anymore. I think that's really important with the group that we've got moving forward in this tournament, to make sure that we're all on each other's side and have each other's backs, and Midge definitely has mine as I've got hers, so I think that makes a big difference as well.
And how hard is it knowing what's going to be a good score on these wickets, given there's multiple games being played each day and some very different wickets turning up out there?
Yes, obviously the contrast in the wicket from the practice game to this one has been really interesting. I think India showed that with the game yesterday, making 190. I think we would have taken 160, 170 at the start of the day yesterday, given how the warm-up wicket played. But I guess it's just, I think the team that will progress and play really consistent cricket is a team that adapts the quickest, and we've been fortunate enough to play in Malaysia where conditions have been quite similar, and we adapted really quickly to that, so hopefully moving forward that helps us.
Any areas for improvement that have been identified from yesterday heading into the Island game?
Yeah, we're sort of still a little bit lacking in the fielding department. I think we made a couple of errors early in the field, miscommunications and things like that, but we're not far off. Obviously cricket's a funny game, there's 3 different facets, so you can never really play the perfect game. Not that you should be chasing perfection in this sport, as we know it's you can't be perfect, so I think it's just really important that whatever we do it well and make sure that moving forward we're improving every day.
You talked a bit about the camaraderie in the team. What sort of stuff have you been doing off field that's brought you all close together?
Actually, it's a great day to us at LJ. We've got a poker game tonight. Not that I should probably be talking about that. It's where everyone has to come as their alter ego. And it's been quite funny, some of the dressing up that's gone on, and obviously the girls are behind you now kicking the footy, and just making sure that any chance we get to have a mental break from cricket, we do that.
And you all look out for each other on tour. I guess it can be pretty mentally tough being away for so long and in a place like this.
Yeah, definitely. I think tour can be a bit of a lonely world sometimes, being sort of in a bit of a bubble away from home, but we're so fortunate with the amount of people that we have in this team and resources we have in the support staff, and just the selflessness of the group that we have, making sure everyone's looking after everyone else as well. So it's been a really good month so far. We've been on tour for about 4 weeks now, and we're really looking forward to the next chapter. And
just finally, how much do you guys know about the island side you'll be facing tomorrow?
Yeah, not a whole lot. Obviously, Kim Garth has played a bit for the Sydney Sixers in recent times, and Isabel Joyce has played for Tasmania. So we've got a little bit of knowledge on those guys, and not really so much on the others. I guess, as I said before, just like the wicket, it's about adapting to whoever we come up against and learning really quickly what their weaknesses and strengths are.